Alright, what's up YouTube? There is a lot of panic in the Pokemon community right now. People are saying that they are not having these crazy displays behind them and displaying, 100,000 in booster boxes behind them and all this nonsense. And it seemed that there's a specific cult of individuals that are making these videos. Now, as we have seen previously, I have mentioned this many times on YouTube of displaying high value collectibles online, right? Because it opens you to be a target which people can take. Now, let's say, for example, if you have Instagram is also another ability of people displaying all their collections. I stopped posting pictures of Pokemon cards and anything on there a long time ago because it's very easy for you to get somebody's address through the use of Instagram. You deal with somebody and you see that they have a lot of collections. If you end up having an item to return to this individual, then that's how you get their address, right? So if they are someone that keeps £100 million in Pokemon at their house and they don't have, security or a big Doberman or, some kind of cameras indoors, cameras outdoors. This is what you should have when you have a collection that size, right? And people are now complaining, oh, but I'm not going to show anything in my videos anymore. And no. Well, JoeG told you so, right? Do you remember 4 years ago? I told people this exact thing. But people think, oh, he's a low YouTuber. He knows nothing. His subscriber count is so low. Blah, blah, blah. He's not a social media influencer or whatever, right? Yeah, you can blame and say everything that you want. The company which is called Please Submit Again has been... I've seen a lot of videos of them now switching cards, and there's a video that I haven't watched yet about somebody who worked at PSA and a grader that, graded the cards and said, I don't know, I think there's a lot of shady dealings with going on in America right now, just because America is broke. America is broke, right? And prices aren't rising due to the amount of cards that people are sending in. It's because the dollar is completely trashed. There's countries, Israel is obviously trying to control America, right? That's what they're doing. They have the ability to print money. Now, because you guys are all for fiat, oh, but my card's now worth £2,000, or my card's worth $2,000, yay, I'm going to sell it. This is how a lot of people react when, like Poncho Pokemons, right? Poncho of 5,000, then it becomes 10,000. The poncho is a poncho. The dollar is going down, not the asset is going up. I don't know when you guys will get that, but certain people don't get the fact that the money is going down in value, not priced in gold. If you price the poncho Pokemon card in gold, it's probably going down in price, right? The stock market, the Dow Jones, is going down in price against gold, right? Gold is a shiny rock that people like to look at, right? And the funny thing is, people complain, oh, but gold. Like, for example, I always say, where are you going to put all this gold? You can't tell anyone that you own a load of gold. You have to keep it very privately and keep it by yourself. Same with, like, silver. If you own fucking, I don't know, let's say 500 ounces of silver, you've got a table in your living room that's made of pure silver and it weighs fucking 8 ton, right? Like, somebody is going to want to take that so they can cash it in and get the money. So you have to treat Pokemon cards, like, especially PSA cards, PSA 10s or, BGS 10s or CGC 10s, CGC pristines. CGC has seen a massive influx of cards that have been graded. Been following a few people on Twitter, and people on Twitter have been saying that PSA's dropped about 30% in the terms of grading, and CGC has gone up about by 40%. So people are now finding other options. This is what's going to happen when shady dealings happen within these companies. Like, there's a guy on YouTube that had a PSA 9 Charizard swap to a 6 saying that this Sonic, you know, had been broken and they're trying to cover it up. There's a lot of shady dealings since Nat Turner took over. Since Nat Turner took over, I don't think he knows how to run that business. Like, it's way too big and it's way too competitive for him to... I would advise, before you send any cards to PSA, please make sure you take photos of what you're submitting. If you're submitting 10 cards and you're submitting, say, like a winner from One Piece, or you're submitting, you know, a PSA Charizard card, please make sure that you take pictures before you send them in, because then if you have any, you know, documented evidence that you can then expose that they're swapping your cards, you can post this on YouTube. And then, once the videos reach a lot of people, these people will decide, like, wait, we're losing trust in this company. They're scamming the basis of these people. Now, for example, I've always submitted lower end cards and then, like, medium lower end cards. So medium to lower end and then maybe, like, the odd high end. But you'll put them all in a submission block, right? And then they'll go through them and it'll be like, well, this card's worthless. We'll give this a 10. That card's not, like, in 10 condition, but they give it a 10 with like one white nick. You know, if a card is a medium price, they usually give that a 9 because, you know, a 9, you can't sell it and make money. But the customer, the grounds of these grading companies are not whether your card is a 9 or a 10 or in the dollar value. The consistency is your card a 10? Is it a 9? It doesn't matter the value of the money. The transparency should be, this guy's card's a 10. If we give him a 10, this guy's going to get more cards coming to our company, right? Because the thing that annoyed me was when they relaxed the grading standards from the 1 million cert, right? Because this card would in fact have been a 10 no matter what, because there's no whitening on it. So they did a CGC with blue labels and decided to go back to, oh, well, we find one little error and we decide not to give it a 10, but now you're losing money, right? Because now I'm not grading with you. Like, I'm not grading with you right now, and I've probably took like a 6-month break from sending anything in for grading. So who's losing out? PSA's losing out, right? Because they're not getting stuff graded, and I'm like buying slabs maybe off other people on eBay if I sell like a bunch of shit commons, or if I sell like a big bulk stack of fucking shit cards which I don't want, or if it could be Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon or whatever, I'll just decide to go ahead and buy a slab. I'll buy a slab for like 20-30 quid. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, alright, I can sit on this one, or if I'll buy one to sit on it, if it's, you know, £20, £30, £35 or whatever it is, you can pick up 10s for like £35, buy them and sit on them. You know, it is what it is. It's the card, that card is not going to be that card in 2 or 3 years. It's not going to be that price. The reason why it's not going to be that price is because the dollar is going down. The pound is going down. These currencies are losing value because the people who own the printing press are printing money. Yeah, they're printing money and they're making everything cost more, and they're doing it on purpose. This is why gold, you know, things like cryptocurrency are there to get out of this game. Yeah, that's why they're there. They're there, and people have found Pokemon to be like some, I don't know, it's not an asset class, it's a kid's game, basically, right, what it is. But, you know, you can buy cards that are worth money, and, you know, they go up in price, but because the dollar's going down. If you price them in gold, they're probably all losing. Gold is appreciated so much in price that the American stock market looks a piece of shit to the price of gold. Like, it's literally down like 70-80%. And people are like, oh, but that Pam Bondi was like, oh my God, but look at the Dow Jones, it's 5,000. Yeah, but you don't realise that it's down 50% from the price of gold. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to end this video by, I basically went to Asda, and I'm a big user of the Asda Rewards app where you scan it. And they had a £3 off toys, a £5 if you spent off like £35, and then I had a £5 voucher, so I basically got these packs for free. So the reason why we're opening these two is because the Charizard ones we're keeping in the case of grading the packs or later, and we're going to see if these, I've never really had any big hits from blisters, so we're gonna open something new. It's nice to open something new, right? You know, over time. So we'll see what we get out of these. We probably won't get nothing, right? But we'll soon find out, right? And we'll get to see some cool arts because I've never seen this set. I'm keeping codes. I'm keeping codes. We have to get our money back somehow, right? Whatever cards we don't get out of these, we will probably sell them, and then if we get any reversers, we'll sell them and then use the money to buy more. Yeah, right, we've got Toga Damaru, that's pretty cool. Find a friend. Search your deck for a Pokemon. Reveal it and put it into your hand. This is good. Search your deck for a Pokemon. It doesn't say what specific Pokemon. It could be a V card, a B, you know. This actually, I think this would be played. Palm me, yeah. This one's not that good. This one is called Cadet. Search your deck for 2 basic energies, reveal them and put them into your hand. So this is like some of these cards that you get from these sets are actually not bad to play in the game actually with. Now, you know, most people, we search through the decks and we just like, we search through the packs and we're like, oh, we got any like good cards in here or illustration in here, but some cards are actually good for playing the game. So, you know, if I do find stuff, then I will actually do it. Jumbo Ice Cream, that's a master Mr. Whippy, that is, isn't it? Heal 80 damage from an active Pokemon that has 3 or more energy attached. That's good if you're doing V cards, right? Grambolt, you know, if your opponent active Pokemon already has damage counters on it, this attack does 90 more damage. That's actually pretty OP, to be fair. Palladian Tauros, that's a bit of a new one, isn't it? This attack does 40 damage for each Pokemon that has Taurus in its name. Right, Absol, draw 2 cards. Poggers. Any good for like, these cards are amazing. You know, like, there is a Saliska from McDonald's, and I think it's 3 energies to do like 100 damage. And this is like 2, and it does 60. Yeah, that's actually a pretty decent card. Duraludon. Discard an energy from your opponent's Pokemon. Right, so this is the reverse. And what is that? The holo. So we get 1 reverse and 1 holo. So we got a Pamwat. Yeah, that was shit. Right? That was shit. Yo. Yo. You don't even get 2 holos, bro. Oh, man. This set's dead. What's this? Phantasmal Flames, yeah. Oh my god. Here we are. Charizard time, yeah. Charizard time. Right. What do you reckon? Charizard time, yeah. Fire energy, yeah. Right. So I reckon that the Charizard is going to come out of the packs that don't have Charizard on them. I'm just going to take it in the example of like how base set is. But, you know, we'll see. Right. Basic energy, which is a darkness. Right, that could go with that Absol that we just got, right? Boltund. Flip a coin. This attack does 70 more damage. That's actually pretty good, but it'd have been better if it was just like a non-evolved Pokemon. It'd be OP. Banera. Right, switch with 1 benched. Ah, that's not bad, to be fair. Bramlin. Yeah, I don't get these ones. These are stupid. Oh, Absol again, Law. You know, Absol again. Lovely job, mate. Cresselia. Search your deck for 2 basic psychic energies and attach them to this Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. Ooh, Poggers. That's Poggers. Yeah. Double energy. So you put 1, and then you do 2, and then add 2 to this one, and the next attack is 90 damage. OP. But then, if you use that again, yeah, and use energy switch, you could move 2 energies from this Pokemon to another one. Pogger move. Oh, we got Haunter as a dark. Spooky shot. Spooky shot. Punk Helmet. If the dark Pokemon this card is attached to in this active spot is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, place 4 damage counters. So we could use that with our Haunter or Absol. Right, that looks pretty cool. Ghastly, right? It's coming out of the sidewalk, is what the Americans call it. Bronzong. Draw 3 cards and bro, we got stiffed. Oh my god, Bronzong. So you know what? The reversers and the holos were selling. we're banging them up on eBay, and even if we get £2 back from, it's like we kind of got the packs for free, realistically. But thanks for watching my video. Let me know your thoughts. And it's the horse year, and this horse is green, right? This horse is green. Way sick, bro. Why does that look like a £2 there? That's crazy, right? Look, looks like a £2. I don't even know what that is. So, I've got these horses. I've got one of these on eBay. I've been printing these. You know, if you want to support the channel, or you want a JoeG coaster, I'm probably going to do a JoeG coaster. So when you watch a JoeG video, you can, you know, sit there with your cup of tea, and you can put it on your JoeG coaster. If you're interested, let me know, and I'm probably going to make these anyway and put them on the internet. But it is what it is. I don't ask everyone to buy from me or whatever. It's just people buy off me anyway. But thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you next time. Peace.